This is Daf Yom Yerushalmi Terumos. The article Oz Bahar edition. We're on Lamed Beis Lamed Halacha Hey was Nisan, 4 lines to the top. And in the Vilna, we are also in Halacha Hey, season which is 3 lines on the bottom of Yud Zayin Omer Beis. Which should be a schus for Yoshvei Eretz Yisrael and the war against the Torah Soni Machshma. Halacha Hey. Hanachi Bakuti Shetamu Mishalohem. They took Bakuti who took of Truma on their own. In other words, that's in Kabanaki. It's not in the regular Shas, but the word Shetom Mishalhem, but that is the, it doesn't say initially that is the Kabbana, regardless. Nachi which took from their own grain Truma, Trumas and Truma, Umasroison, Meiser. They can take Truma and take the Meiser, Hekdesh, and Hekdesh, and besides that, if they make Hekdesh, that is Hekdesh. Kabanaki says, even though there's no chiyuv, of course, to take out truma, if he is to turn him, there is a kedusha on it, and it is because we see it. The nachri is makdish karbanos, so therefore it's hekdesh. So to truma, the same thing. Rabbi Yehuda ein l'nachri kerem levai. A non-Jew is not a kerem levai. If he brings up his kerem levai, the 4th year of the kerem, the fruit to Yerushalayim, he gets no mitzvah. We said there is a mitzvah. Generally speaking, a non-Jew can fulfill any mitzvah he wants as long as it's not complete Shabbos. Obviously, some mitzvahs which have to do with the story, like being market or Kobarat Space HaMikdash. It's like Yisrael can't do it, he can't do it either, but broadly speaking. So, Chachamim say Yeshlo, he does have a consecrated Ravai. Truma Sanachri Damas, and the Truma of the Nachri makes the Meduma, falls less than 100 chulin, it ashes them. Chomesh, and somebody who eats the truma of a non-Jew inadvertently has to give an additional 5th. Right? Shimon exempts, and the Gemara is going to have to explain why. Tanya, we learned in our brisa. Hotzi lahem, of course, it's from the Kabanaki, and the Gemara doesn't say Tanya. Hotzi lahem truma docha bebeis. So he brought truma out of the goy, took truma out of his house, and gave it to Cohen. Nogimbo. We have to treat it as tetevel, because maybe he didn't take off properly. We don't know if he took off from grapes on grapes, or he took off from grapes on cherries. We didn't see him do it. He took it out of his house and brought it to us. So they have to treat it like tevel and at truma at the same time. Truma gedola, divrei, like the main truma. Harezu truma vadai. No, it's so definitely truma. Yes, even a non-Jew. It's not that much. It's anything tight. From a mina sheino mino. Hotzilam Ma'aser Rishon Torah. So the guy brings Ma'aser Rishon to his house. No gebok tevel, similar idea. The dog yourself as if it's tevel and Ma'aser Rishon at the same time. Give you a Rebbe. Sheomer ein otzar Rishon Ma'aser Rishon bilvad. He only has to take off Ma'aser Rishon, meaning in this case that he has to fix it as if. The guy was only Marfish Meiser Rishon. And he has to, therefore, so it means he has to take off the Truma and Truma's Meiser. So if the guy brings Meiser Rishon out of his house, it says, well, Shimon, you don't know, but Shimon, you know what happened for that. You know if he took off after Truma Gudayla. So you have to be, Meiser Rishon Vivat. Can you tell us this? You have to take off Truma's Meiser, but not Truma Gedola. Okay. Hotzem Meiser Shem, so basically brings about Meiser Shem in his house. Noibo Ketavach Meiser Sheni. So it has Tavach Meiser Sheni. Dire Rebbe. The Shigam Leomer answer Meiser Sheni Bilvad. So in this case, it means he has to fix it as if a non-Jew only took on Meiser Sheni, means that take off Truma Gedola and Meiser Rishon. I said, but I think I made a mistake before. I said when it said answer Rishon Meiser Rishon about, did I say you have to take off Truma Gedola? Because you do. You have to take off Truma Gedola and Trumas Meiser, and you have to also take off Truma Gedola and Meiser Rishon. Okay, so I'm Rabbi Yisrael says Rabbi Chashash Shema Rishon Mino Sheno Mino. Obviously, Rebbe in both these cases was chayshish that it took from Mino Shein Mino. Therefore, it's not to be assumed that it's potentially tevel. Shema hikdim. He doesn't have that concern. His only concern is maybe he took the Ma'aser Rishon off before Truma, and then he has to take Truma Gedola and Trumas Meiser. And if he took a Meiser Sheni, maybe he didn't take Truma Meiser Rishon, Truma and Meiser Rishon. Okay, Chayav Lev if you a Zara eats the Truma of a guy, he's Chayav Chaimish. If Shimon says no. That header also in the article. Shimon Poter. Rabbi Zir, it says, Amis Kumi Rabbi Avo. I said Rabbi Avo, Ma Plikin. What are they arguing? With Truma's Grono? Is it by the Truma from his pile of grain? I've got to Paris Misrael, but a guy who bought food from a Jew. Af Rabbi Shimon Moide, that even Rabbi Shimon is made in that case that he's going to be Chayav Chaimish. Where's the Mishnah again? I shouldn't play it right. Last line of the Mishnah. So there's what a Greshler pays me. So Af Rabbi Shimon Moide that in that case you chayav chaimish on the afrosha of the non-Jew, and so it's kind of like a migo. If you saw Togov Truma at that point, so of course it's chayav chaimish. It's mechuyev in Truma. Do it up beforehand from the pile. That's Truma D'Rabbanan. It's not chayav in Truma D'Oraisa. No, that's not why. I'm going back. So, Mapli Uchuma's Grono was decided to belong to a guy, right? And that Shimon said, Yesh koach l'nachi l'asr l'zarim. The guy has a power to make it asr for zarim, for non-kohanim, because Shimon holds that a guy has a kinyan l'afkim midei maisrus. My parakeh mishlaches. And therefore his Truma is only Rabban, because it's mufka midaraisa, therefore there's no chomish. Now, anyone says, okay, fine, it's mafkia, but what about Gleish like a Paris Misrael after the pile was smooth? And then at that point, if we saw it's mafik Truma, it's chayim and chomish because that's tevel daraisa. So now we Shimon Moide that in that case, since there was a shas achiyuv, then even if the guy takes off the Truma itself, they have to pay a chomish on that Truma. From Rabbi Avo b'shem Rabbi Yochanan, and they'll say Rabbi Yochanan, no, that ain't machlekes. It's still machlekes. But Hashem also patters in this case from Chemish. Tivlo dvar Torah. So the Gemara says, how can you say that? There's Tevlos Garais in this case. It's Miruach. It was done by a Jew. But you're going to say like this, that nevertheless, there's no Chemish. Even his kachim is kodesh midaraisa. The one that is truma, and especially after it has a shas chiv. Rabbi Shimon Pater. So Rabbi Shimon, no, I made that wrong again. Not a great day. So chikadashim ein Torah is part of the answer. Chikadashim ein Torah. Wait a minute. The guy's hektish is definitely the raisa. And yet, Rabbi Shimon is patters the carbon of the guy from several chumras, which apply to carbonos of Yisrael, which are here Taman. We learn kachei goyim enachav mishum pigul. There's no concept pigul, and I sever tamei b'asher mechutz and yitzchak matzah b'simikdash potter. David Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Yisrael mechayev. Rabbi Yisrael says it's mechayev all these things. So in any event, so we see clearly that Rabbi Shimon patters, even the hektish, which is valid, totally valid, from all these things. So therefore, he's also going to patter the truma taken by the guy, even after Miruach Yisrael, from Chumash, or you're not chayiv on that Chumash. Have a boy made me want to say Mapligi b'Chumash, but the more low. I wanted to say that the Machlokes of Shimon and Rabban is only about the Chiv Chumash, but between Medamea, it's Medamea according to everybody. No, says Gemara. Ashkatani Yada Yada. Shimon is Patters. Shimon who Patters do from Chomesh by the Truma Goy also says that the Goy's Truma does not make Beduma. Okay, Hadron Alach. Shlishi. Turn Kishos. Parakavi. Hamafrish mixes Trumas and Maisvis. Somebody took a part of the Trumas and Maisvis, not the complete amount. Motzimi Menu Truma. You can add Motzimi Menu Truma Allah. You can add additional Truma on it from it. And really, this is clearly saying that Yesh Brera in this case. I don't know, maybe it's because, that's what I'm talking about. David. Yesh Brera, in other words, you can clarify later on what you meant. Avalon Makamacher. But you can't take from this Kri, which is partially, from this pile of grain, which is partially fixed, and make Truma on a different Tevel. Because this is already quasi Chulin, as opposed to complete Tevel anymore. The way he explains the Kamnog explains basically Munas Yosef, that Kam owes me stomach, he didn't have the das when initially they took it off from Truma off to make a Mokamacher. So therefore, you can't say later on Brera, because Brera can only go. We can't go against the original das. You can only clarify the original das. He says no. You can Trumas Meiser. He says you can't do it, and it says you do say you bring it Reish Brera ad kedekach. Okay, and that's what obviously we'll have to go into that in some detail. But now we mamish got to the bottom of Lamed Beis, Amud Beis. And the Gemara already starts Lamed Gimel Rav, so we'll stop here.